100 is like a little bonus, right? It's an extra bonus. Definitely feels great. And we will be talking about more of the perks. Of course, past, just beyond CDC vouchers that we are going to be able to make use of, things like active SG credits.
Yep.
There's a culture pass that I know a lot of people my age are talking about as well. So those will hopefully be topics. And if you do have any questions in mind, we will be opening up the floor to Q&A. So if there's anything you'd like to clarify, if you're like, hey, how come this one, only this amount, you can feel free to ask us as well.
Yes, please. And now, without further ado, if we are ready for this, yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Budget 2025 talk show presented by Reach, as well as Kiss 92. Now, today's session is an opportunity for you to seek clarity on this year's budget and discuss budget issues that matter to you. We have a great panel with us here today. So, let's welcome them individually. I'm going to introduce them and give them a big round of applause as they come up on stage. First and foremost, please put your hands together for the founder of the Financial Coconut, Mr. Reggie Koh.
Big round of applause.
Next up, Ms. Mariam Jaffa, Grassroots Advisor to the Woodlands Division of Sembawang GRC. And our final panelist is the board member for Center for Fathering as well as Reach. He is on the Reach Advisory Panel, Mr. Albert Lim. Okay, welcome everybody. Oh, it is kind of warm here. You know why? Because of the spotlight. I should have worn my tank top this morning actually, but I think it would have been inappropriate. But welcome, guys. Mariam, Albert, and Reggie. All right, so without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. This question is for all three of you. And the question is, what are your overall thoughts on this year's amazing budget?
Ladies first, right? I think.
All right, Mariam.
Can I arrow immediately? I have been talking about the budget for the last 10 days in Parliament, so give me a break first. Okay, but anyway, I think it is a budget, you seeded it by saying amazing, but I think it is a budget for everyone, really. I think each of you, your family members, I guarantee everyone is getting something. Whether you are a child under 12, a child 12 to 20, regular people like us or seniors, every single business owner or an employee, everyone is benefiting from this budget. So I think that is really what came across to me. Of course, there are many schemes that are particularly interesting given the demographic here, like schemes for large families, schemes for seniors. I just give a plug for Kampung Admiralty. If you don't know, this is our integrated senior living facilities, right?
It's beautiful.
We have 2 blocks for our seniors as well as all the healthcare and retail facilities for them. So I know our seniors have been very happy with the last 2 budgets and continue to be happy with this one.
All right, you guys happy? Yes? Yes? Okay.
Now I go first. Young one, okay, this uncle go first. Uncle, auntie, 你们好, okay, good morning, brothers, sisters, and young ones, okay, Albert Lim here. It is like your local advisor say, it is a budget for everyone, a good budget, right? First and foremost, individually you get the voucher. So, but after that, let's see how we can try to benefit together as a community, as a family. So it's definitely a good budget. I encourage you all to have family talks among yourselves and then how you can achieve the maximum from the budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Albert. Is your mic on?
No, you can't hear.
You can have my mic.
Test. Test. Okay. Yeah, great. Sorry, technical problems. It happens. So maybe I'm not so rosy, when it comes to the budget. I think there are definitely good stuff around. But for a lot of the working professionals, there's a lot of structural struggles that people feel. You know, things like resale flat prices are pretty high. You know, so trying to control that a little bit probably needs a bit more time and strategy. Some things take time to solve. You know, like upgrading the workforce and all that. So those are not easy things to solve, right? So it's not like a one budget problem, but I do think amongst the working professionals, they have these fears. Yeah, so let's talk, yeah?
I actually really appreciate the answers that we've heard so far because it's a diverse view, right? So I appreciate you being very candid about it. So I'm going to move on. In PM Lawrence Wong's speech, he described budget exactly like Miriam said. It's a budget for all Singaporeans, right? There are measures to support Singaporeans across their life stages, whether you are currently parent, whether you are going through old age, or those in our midst who have disabilities. So with so many initiatives to help different individuals at their different stage of life, would you like to elaborate on a couple of initiatives which you found particularly meaningful? For Mariam?
Arrow it again, Mariam.
Okay, I guess looking at the demographics of my area at least, we actually have quite a number of large families. So one that really, as I said before, struck to me was the large families scheme, right? So for everybody with their who are having their third and fourth or more children, you will, you know, I come from a very large family. There are 5 of us. Yeah, so I have 4 siblings. So I know the joy of growing up in a big family that, and you know, we support each other all the way through our lives, right? So, and we've got quite a number of them. But I know it actually now costs a lot, right? You got to pay for their school, you know, all their tuition, all the, even healthcare is very expensive. So I think the support in terms of first giving for the 3rd and 4th child, an additional step up, additional grant when you have your child. So $5,000 extra, so bringing it to 10,000. Also for the mother to pay for, you know, pregnancy and other medical fees when the child is growing up, an additional 5,000 in MediSave. So of course also a big shout out to all moms and all women, especially on International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. And then until the child is 6, for all the time that the 3rd, 4th or later childs are 6 years old, below 6 years old, every year you will get $1,000 in Life SG credits, which are essentially like CDC vouchers, similar, for as long as they are, for 6 years. So I think those are really great, together with other structural things. We talked about structural things that are being done. So the childcare fee caps are very important. So lowering the cost of childcare to basically no more than what you pay for in primary school when you have student care. So with the subsidies, the maximum you pay is going to be about $310, I believe, per child. And I think that will go a long way.
Thank you very much, Mariam. Thank you. Albert, my next question is for you anyway. Do you want to add to anything?
Yeah, I want to add, because we studied together just now, so we got all the answers, but she answered everything herself. But then I must share my experience to you all. By early April, I'll be having my 3rd grandchild, my 3rd granddaughter.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So of course, you know, having the child development account, having the MediSave for my daughter, and then $1,000 per year for the 3rd one and onwards, is something that I'm so touched. Of course, you know, money is money, right? You need money, yeah? Always not enough. So this is the part itself. And of course, then as you think along more, you think about what happened after the 6 years, you know, with the children. So I just want to encourage you all to know that growing bigger family and more family is a long haul. It's a long journey, a life journey. Center for Fathering, where I am, is called Dads for Life and Mums for Life. All right, it doesn't end. So these are little perks from the government. So at the end of the day, you will have to manage yourself. Right, as a family, you need to be able to live on fruitfully, I would say, to the full. Yeah, that's important. Share more with you later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Albert. I was about to ask you a question, and those were the answers that you just mentioned to everyone. Okay, now during his speech, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong also highlighted the importance of upskilling to stay relevant in a world full of rapid technological advances. He also emphasized that the government will continue to strengthen support for workers who fall on difficult times, particularly those who recently lost their jobs, seniors and ex-offenders. This question is for Mariam, once again, before I move to Reggie. Reggie, I promise I got a question for you. We have a question for you. But this question is for Mariam. A key pillar of Budget 2025 is equipping workers throughout life. Now, the government continues to provide support workers through Skills Future programs and other upskilling measures. How should Singaporeans make full use of these measures to keep themselves competitive and relevant in the job market?
Okay, so this is another topic of great passion for me. In fact, skills development is something that I spoke with in my very first speech in Parliament. We really have to upgrade ourselves all the time. We really have to keep learning new things that will help us, because all of us are going, inshallah, they say, live a very long life. In the life that we have, we can have 2, 3, 4, 5 different careers. So that's actually normal. But before it was optional. Now I think it is going to be standard that we will have very many different careers. So we need to learn new things each time. So Skills Future is not a Budget 2025 initiative, to your point. I think it has been what we call movement. Yeah, from the very beginning, where all my auntie amas, you also learn how to do floral arrangement, photography, iPhone photography, art. So that is just to get us used to learning. Now we need to make sure that that learning is going to be more connected to getting you a job, right? So therefore, and at the same time, I think more Singaporeans have come up for skilling, but still not enough. And we know why. I mean, like, all of us are busy. You come back from work, the idea of going for another class after that, you're so tired, you have your children to take care of. Of course, classes also cost money. So I think the government's really trying to do a lot to take away some of those barriers to actually going for Skills Future. I think now you will also have training allowances. So if you go for full-time training, you'll get up to $3,000 a month. If you go part-time, because I think even if you're working, if you want to go for training after work, maybe you need to take a bus or transport to your training location and things like that. Have dinner outside instead of going home. So we give you a training allowance also, $300 a month, right? But it's very, and I stress this, it's very, very important that you choose the right courses. And so when you are looking at the Skills Future courses available, do make sure you look at the reviews for the courses, the scores for the courses, talk to other people who have gone for this training and see, did they find it beneficial or not? Because I think the quality is going to be very, very, very varied. So I think Skills Future is making a big effort to make sure they prune through the programs, and those that are not good, we actually don't, we leave them out. But you need to do your homework, right? And actually talk to people who have. And the best way is these programs often have free webinars or free networking sessions. Find out about those. Go to your NTUC Lifelong Learning Hub or go to the Skills Future website to see where you can sign up for these free webinars so you know a bit more. And you're still really confused, go to E2I or WSG. They have career coaches to help you to know yourself and also see what are the jobs that are an easier transition for you. Okay, it's very hard to go from not knowing, it's very hard to go from not knowing any programming at all to suddenly becoming a data scientist, right? But if maybe you have worked in retail or in marketing, then you can do a more specialized form of analytics that are relevant to careers in sales, for example. How do you analyze your customer data to drive sales? Or maybe you go into digital marketing rather than trying to do analytics. So all this, I've said that we need to increase the availability of good career coaches to help all of us figure out our next career move.
Thank you, Mariam.
Yeah, thank you so much for the answer. You can tell that was a very passionate
Yeah.
subject that she's involved in naming all of these platforms and sources. We have a question for you, Reggie. And earlier on, when Mariam was saying upskilling is very important, you were nodding, really, really violently. So
Violently.
You are the founder of the Financial Coconut, right? As an employer, how do you think employers can encourage their employees to keep up to date with their skills, and how can employers also benefit from employees upskilling?
Okay, so I think the second part of the question is quite a given, right? If your people are more productive, you get better content, better output. I don't think employers really need a lot of motivation there, right? But the first part of the question, I thought about that. I found it a little interesting because my thought is employers should lead this thing, right? It should not be a situation where, I have to motivate you to like upgrade us. It should be like a directive, It's like, okay, we want to stay relevant. We want to go out there, and most people, most companies that are trying to stay relevant, stay competitive, will already pick up a lot of these new edge, whether it's your AI stuff, or like automation, some of these things. I think in my company, we just do a lot of these things already. In fact, I would say for employees, if your employer is not doing any of that, you should be worried. You should want to ask your employer, like, are we doing this? Or you might want to jump ship. I think there is a lot of power in the people that you can actually try other things. And let's say your organization that you're in is not, trying to win. Yeah. So, and I would say most MNCs will try to win, right? So they are always fighting. It's a lot of our audience that are maybe working in the SMEs. That this skills future gap probably is where it is. But from an employer standpoint, I think there's also a little bit of chatter of like, oh yeah, there's so many skills courses. Which one should I send my people to? Right. So I think there's a little bit of a bridge with the trade associations and all that they're trying to figure out, is there a more directive way that, okay, now there is a funds, how do I spend this? All right. So I think that different permutations based on where you are, but it should be led by the employers. Yeah, if employers aren't doing it, then it's a wrong company. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Albert?
Yeah, well, just to add on about Skill Future, I think, Workforce SG, perhaps they can be clearer in terms of giving the direction of what kind of employment opportunities going to be available in which industry itself. As a young senior, I get prompt to use my Skill Future to go for AI courses, easy to make money. But I do not believe in those, because when you talk about easy to make money, then you just don't go into the other side, the negative stuff. So with Skill Future, the money that we have is really like finding out what can I relearn again as a young senior. I need to relearn and pick up new skill to move on. And then with regard to what Reggie said about company, indeed, company should not just look at a simple, straight approach of retrenching. But is there a possibility of redefining the job, redesigning the job? And then I am sure with Skill Future Development Grant or company development grant, you can find the space for to upskill the employee that they can do what is relevant to the company. Right? It's not about you losing a job, but it's about you finding what is your next skill set that you can do to be able to contribute to our workforce. We need workers, honestly. Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for all the answers. Those were really things to think about. We are going to be giving our panel a short break at this point in time. So I'd like to invite the panelists to take a seat off stage because it's going to be an exciting time for our audience once again.
Yeah, once again, we'll be giving out some little goodies to our audience here today. Thank you, everyone, for being here for the Reach Budget 2025 talk show. We'll just give our panelists maybe a 10-minute break. They would like to, especially Mariam, she wants to go up and say hi to you guys as well. But we'll be giving out more $20 NTUC vouchers right now.
That's right. More questions to test you on, see how well you know the budget. So I've got a question right here. Are you ready? Just
Ready,
by the way.
Ready?
Are you all
Okay.
ready to win the $20 NTUC voucher? Okay, I see nodding in the audience. That's a good sign. They were listening very intently. They were all really paying attention, and I really appreciate that as well. So my question for you right now is, What vouchers are in the SG60 package to recognize the contributions of all Singaporeans and to share the benefits of our nation's progress? How much will Singaporeans aged 21 and above, hey, I haven't finished the question yet, you already said already. How much will Singaporeans aged 21 and above receive in vouchers?
Oh, I saw that guy because that guy put up his hand first. Yes, yes.
Okay, let me go over
gentleman
to
over
him.
there.
I haven't finished the question, he put up his hand, right? Very, very quick. Can I get your name, sir?
Desmond,
Desmond, okay, what do you think the answer is? Singaporeans aged 21 and above
600.
for SG60.
600.
600?
600 is correct. Congratulations, Desmond, right?
Desmond, that's
Desmond,
right.
congratulations. Now, I have to say, when PM Lawrence Wong announced that there was going to be this SG60 package, I was a bit surprised, you know, because I don't think people expected that, right? But we are celebrating our 60th year. Anyway, the SG60 vouchers are like CDC vouchers, for those of you who don't know. They can be used at all businesses that accept CDC vouchers. And half can be spent at participating supermarkets and the other half at participating heartland merchants and hawkers as well.
Actually, the number is a little bit different for seniors as well. We were saying Singaporeans aged 21 and above get 600, right? But Singaporean seniors aged 60 and above will receive $200 more.
What
Hey, you see, they already know where the question. They raised their hands. No, this wasn't even a question.
Anything money, y'all know.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell y'all only. Y'all get $200 more. Okay, very happy, very happy.
Oh, get money only, everybody knows, huh? Okay, anyway, next question. How much credits will Singaporeans aged 18 and above receive under the SG Culture Pass?
Wow, okay, I see this lady raise her hand. She was looking at the phone. I don't know whether she's looking at the answer, but I think you know the answer. How do I address you, ma'am?
Chan,
Madam Chan, what do you think the answer is?
100.
$100?
$100 is correct. Well done. Singaporeans can use these credits for eligible activities like arts and cultural performances, museum exhibitions, and heritage experiences as well. Those are very, very interesting, the heritage experiences. Now, the credits will be made available from September this year and are valid until the end of 2028.
Our next question, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will know the answer to as well. This involves SG60 Active SG. We're talking about Active SG credits. How much is provided? How come you all know the answer? How much is provided in the SG60 Active SG credits?
Okay, I think this lady lah.
Okay.
She put up her hand many, many times already.
Yeah, I try a lot of times, right? How
Yeah.
do I address you?
Madam Sia,
Madam Sia, okay. Active SG, how much?
100.
100.
100 is correct. Now, these credits are for all Active SG members to enjoy sports together with their family and friends. And you can sign up for the free membership at the Active SG website. Do it right now, all of you, on your phones. And use these credits to book Active SG facilities and programs.
Our next question was something that was discussed on stage earlier on.
That's true.
It's something to do with Skills Future, right? So to help office workers, starting from the beginning of next year, Singaporeans over 40 years of age can apply for part-time training subsidies of $300 per month for 2 years to reduce the burden of further education expenses. This allows you to take classes outside of your work. What is the name of this plan? Oh, we talked about the scheme, but we didn't mention the name, I think.
Correct. That's why I'm going to give you guys multiple choices.
Wow, okay.
Is it A, Skills Future Level Program? Is it B, Skills Future Level Up Program? Or is it C, Skills Future Level Down Program?
Is this a giveaway?
Whoa. Everyone's hands went up
Should
together.
we go all the way to the back?
I think so, because I was also looking at the guy with the red shirt.
The Mickey Mouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
your-
yesterday we had a colorist on the big show.
Skill Future Level Up Program.
Correct!
Wow.
Level up, not level down, but level up Always up, 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 and away. Congratulations. Okay, we've got one last question before we get our panelists up on stage once again. Shall I do this? What are... Wow, now it's getting a bit hard already. Huh? I'm not asking for one. I'm asking for two answers.
No, actually, I think they know the answer. You know,
Oh, really?
all of them are holding their phones.
Really?
And they're referring to the answer. So I believe they will know this.
This group, sometimes I look at them and they're like, I don't know whether they know the answer, but everybody knows all the answers.
Yeah.
Okay, that one is
Don't
for...
be fooled by them. They got the answers in the palm of their hands.
Yeah, sorry, I paused there for a while. That scary photo you'll see on our Kiss92 website later. Okay, what are two platforms where you can find reach on social media, and what are the social media handles on that platform?
Wow. This
Okay.
is a loaded question, yeah?
Quite. Yes.
Just to give you a little hint, Reach is on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, you can basically find
Everywhere.
them everywhere. That's right.
Yes. Okay.
Is- oh.
So we want the Instagram handle, we want the IG, we want the Facebook handle, we want the TikTok handle, and for YouTube, what do you need to key in?
Both
All
of
right.
them raised their hands and they were waving
Wow,
it.
Team Neela.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
From Team Neela.
It's a team effort. Okay,
Hey,
we've got
Team Neela, no need to answer. Already. Just give them. They've been doing so much good work. No, kidding.
four
All right.
different platforms to
Okay.
choose from. Let me know, how do we find Reach on social media? Which one do you want to mention?
Actually, I'm using Telegram.
I cannot hear.
Using
Louder,
Telegram.
please.
Telegram.
Well, he mentioned another one that we didn't even mention. He's following Reach on Telegram.
Oh.
Okay, how do we find them on
Hey,
Telegram?
Don't know where that's official now. We'll check
At
with the rich people first.
SG1. At Reach SG1.
Okay, wait.
Reach SG1.
Okay,
Is it?
okay. To be fair, what's your name first and foremost?
Wei Jie.
Okay, I can't hear you. You see, that's why. Okay. Look, if the people can't hear you, then because they
Wait,
want to
yeah.
hear the answers. You see, so project your voice, like my coach used to tell me, my radio coach. Project your voice into the microphone so everybody can hear you loud and proud.
Wei Jie.
Yes, wait, yeah. So okay, give me the Facebook handle, please.
Facebook. I think it's Reach Singapore. Reach Singapore.
What?
Reach Singapore.
Reach Singapore is correct. That's one. I need one more.
Amazing. Are you following them on Instagram as well, maybe? Okay, he's opening his Instagram app already.
Okay. And for Instagram, the answer is
Reach SG.
Reach SG is correct.
Congratulations.
Everybody follow Reach right now, okay? On Facebook, Reach Singapore. And on Instagram, it is Reach SG. And if you're into TikTok, like many people are, you can just look for them at Reach Singapore. And YouTube, Reach Singapore as well. So
Actually,
easy.
yeah, they made it really easy. Just look for Reach Singapore. Only on Instagram, it's Reach SG. Okay, so very, very easy to go get your information, to go follow them. If you want the latest updates, I reckon that's where you'll find it on social media.
That's right. Okay, are we ready to call upon our panelists to take their seats on stage once again? I think we are.
Let's
So-
hear it from them. Can we give them another big round of applause once again? We're going to re-invite our panel up to the stage. We've got Ms. Mariam Jaffa, Mr. Albert Lim, as well as Mr. Reggie Koh.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Reach Budget 2025 talk show. Brought to you by Reach, the government feedback units, and organized by Kiss92, of course. Welcome back, Mariam. Welcome back, Albert. Welcome back, Reggie. Now, as we all know, we are celebrating SG60 this year. Now, a special milestone in our nation's history. And I'm sure that many of you have heard about the SG60 package, which recognizes the contributions of all Singaporeans, okay? Now, the SG60 package includes $600 worth of SG60 vouchers that can be used at all businesses that accept CDC vouchers, a personal income tax rebate of up to $200, and an SG60 baby gift. Now, Albert, what stood out most to you about the SG60 package, and how do you think Singaporeans can make the best use of these measures for themselves and their families?
Well, where I'm coming from, sitting on charity boards itself, I'm very excited about, the additional fund that the government is going to give for SG gifts, and also to talk about the tote board enhancement fundraising scheme itself. You're talking about 250 million and 270 million, respectively. Now, besides that, what caught me is that there is a 60 million itself for self-help groups over 5 years. That is, every year itself, for the next 5 years, you got 12 million. To me, that is every million per month. All right, self-help groups. So I'd really like to encourage that more of us will come into the community, gather and do initiatives, engagement, whereby you can get grants. And I'm sure this grant will be coming from PA, and from the other agencies of the government, so that you can have community bonding and building, and especially also to encourage family. So this is what stood out for me, that I need to highlight this and encourage all of us to get into the space, the community space. Go to your CC, community club, go to your kopitiam also, talk about it. If you need some help itself, just go to the CC. They will help you to give you some direction, I would say, initiative from you. Direction, then you can get the grant. In Hokkien, we call Lutut La Itut Lui. Okay, Ken? Very real, right? Thank you.
Reggie, what about you? What do you think?
I think the main thing are the vouchers, right? So I would say it really depends on kind of where you are in your life, right? So if you are like doing fine, just have fun lah, right? Like just do what you want to do. I know you can always donate to the charities, but I think you shouldn't. I think you should go and try the things in Singapore, right? Like actually use it as a mission to try to experience Singapore, right? I think during the pandemic, we tried a lot of Singapore. Right?
Yeah.
Because you can't go out, right? So every corner is a thing, right? Even the Tuas lamppost is a thing, right? So, so I would say, if you're doing fine, then please do your best, enjoy, and try whatever you can do with the vouchers, right? But if you're not doing as fine and the vouchers serve as a very important part of trying to tide you through, then I would say faster buy first lah. Right, so because some people will think like, okay, how about we use this over time, slowly, bit by bit. But if you truly want to feel safe, actually, if you stock up all the ingredients at home, all the things that you can stock, then you are no longer affected by price fluctuations, right? So whatever NTUC price it later, it's whatever, right? So maybe that could be a strategy to try to protect yourself a little bit. Yeah.
Mariam, you want to add anything to that?
Well, I think nobody's going to say no to $600 in cash, $800 if you're seniors, so all that is great. But perhaps I just highlight actually something different, which I was also quite excited about, which is you get $100 to go and appreciate the arts, right? Our museums, our performances, and things like that. Because art really brings us together in this world where fighting over so many things, geopolitics and everything, like art is one thing that all of us can appreciate. So I think making it more accessible to people. And I'm sure many of the CCs are also going to be organizing trips so that you can use your arts vouchers also. Not just we give transportation, and then you can use your arts voucher. And then the other thing, I also have a really soft spot for hawkers. We have many programs. You can see we have a very beautiful hawker center here, our Kampong Admiralty Hawker Center. And they have been wonderful partners for us in rolling out many programs, whether it is our Belanja meal, our SG60 Belanja meal. You see a lot of people queuing up here for that today, which is a $50 card. So I have a really soft spot for hawkers. And they do so much to make sure that we have affordable meals, especially for our seniors and retirees. So the support in terms of the rental rebate, one-off rental rebate to vouchers to hawkers. Also, I think recognizes them for the role that they play in keeping our Singapore fabric. That no matter rich or poor, we all go to hawker center, right? And I know the government is committed to building more hawker centers. I'm hoping that will include at some point a new hawker center in Woodlands, especially in the Woodlands North area on the 800 plus side where we don't yet have a hawker center. So keeping my fingers crossed.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll happen somehow. It will happen. It will happen.
Can I have
And-
a wish too? Right. Since Miss Maria has a wish for hawker center, right? Can I wish for the Active SG gyms to be 24 hours?
Oh, wow.
Right? You
yeah.
know,
Oh my
it's-
goodness.
you could just tap. You know, these days those technology
Yeah.
is so cheap. And 10 years ago, the Active SG gym, now
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It is
right?
amazing.
Yeah, so
State of
it-
the art.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I want 24-hour gym. Thank you.
Wow. I'll go on air on Monday morning and
He's going to request for you.
and mention that as well. It's true. The Active SG gyms are so well. The facilities are amazing.
And
These are
not-
for the young ones. Sorry to interrupt.
Can also,
we need our
ah.
sleep. We need our sleep. Okay. All right. We encourage them. All right. Do that.
We promise we'll be quiet in the gyms. Okay. And thanks for telling us also, Mariam, about what that queue. I had no idea what everyone was queuing for.
Yeah, so Miriam has actually
Belanja.
brought up so many different communities just within this space itself, right? Here in Kampong Admiralty, we've got seniors, we've got large families, we've got the hawkers. And on that note, right, what measures in this year's budget helps to support Singaporeans of different backgrounds and to preserve important aspects of this Singaporean culture to you?
Let me try to tie this in because I wanted to say something about the hawker centers. Yeah, you know, we recently, not too long ago, we registered ourselves at UNESCO. You know, hawker food, hawker center thingy. Yeah. Now, like your local advisor here say, all right, she hope to have one. Can I really just also give it as a feedback to whoever is listening to give? Maybe we can give some feedback how we want the future hawker center to be, not the standard same old, same old, same old. And with the kind of different food that we want to see, because food will bond cultures. Food will cut across culture. Got Nyonya, right? Got Malay, right? Got Chinese, right? And then now even, you know, from China, you know, got those mala xiangguo. You know, food will definitely bring out the culture. I guarantee you that. So we should be able to contribute what is the future of a hawker center is going to be like, to bond them together. Hey, a lot of money, you know, over 1 billion. You're talking about 25 years is 40 million. 30 years is 33 million plus, right? 20 years is 45 million at least, 50 million, sorry, yeah? So a lot of money to spend every year. Thank you.
Thanks for that feedback. Guess what? They are listening because the people from Reach are here. Okay, and speaking of which, the listening point, as we mentioned, is open. If you have feedback about this year's budget and you want to give them feedback about anything else, please do so. We'll give you a free soybean drink and 2 pancakes as well.
It's great to have the panel, you know, contributing their views, hearing from different viewpoints because we all come from like different walks of life. They're all doing different things. And I thought it was very insightful to see how it affects, you know, families, different communities, seniors amongst our midst, people with disabilities and our fellow Singaporeans. So I am pretty sure that some of you might have questions here as well with regards to budget, with regards to any of maybe the numbers that you're seeing on our posters that you might want to clarify. You're not so sure whether this affects you or not. Please feel free to ask questions. We're happy to take questions from the floor. Do introduce yourself. We're going to run over with a microphone for you. And I believe we would also have vouchers to reward our members of the audience.
We do. We do. Is it a $10 voucher?
$10 voucher.
We've been giving out so many vouchers. I've lost track already. Okay, so anybody has a question, raise your hands. I will come up to you with my microphone. I mean, if you are not confident in asking the question in English, you can answer the question in Mandarin, and I will try and translate.
Really? Were you volunteering
Or
to do that?
interpret, rather.
Reggie, how's your Mandarin? Albert, can I?
Then
He
okay.
Hokkien also can already, you know.
Okay. So, come on. A question. Ask a question, we'll give you a $10 NTUC voucher. How about that? Questions? About, okay, the gentleman at the back. Do we have a mic for him? Okay. I forget your name once again. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone, especially our advisor. I'm Nelson here. Okay, and ask the question about the Ski Future, the Level Up program. So when will this happen? Is it next month or June? And what are the term and conditions so that you can use the 3,000 what you call the help every month?
So I believe it's April, unless they change the timeline. But the level up, the $3,000 training allowance should start in April. It's not for any course, so you must go to the Skills Future website and see which courses are actually eligible for the level up program. These tend to be the longer programs and the more substantive programs, right? So, for example, programs under SCTP, programs under work study diploma or something like that, right? So, but it will all be on the Skills Future website. But I believe it starts in April.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you very much for your question. We are only going to take 3 questions, okay? So who else has a question? Raise your hand. One more question? One more question from... Yes? Yes, sir. I call him sir. He looks like he's 17 years old.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Zhu
Tuan?
Wen. 21 years old. So I'm like trying to ask. Nowadays, the government is giving a lot of benefits. Okay, it's getting more and more. So I'm quite curious, right? Whether this is sustainable or not. Because now there's a lot of cost of living, so they are giving more and more benefits. But all these are coming from the taxpayers and all the reserves. So let's say one day if another recession hits or COVID hits, that will reserve take a dip again. And then you'll still have inflations. So when the government keep giving all these benefits, is it really sustainable, and can it really in the long term help us reduce our burden on the cost of living?
All right. Who would like to take this one?
Our finance minister, who is also our prime minister, he did mention, all right, over his budget speech that he's doing a surplus budget, and the money is coming a big chunk from the COEs, all right, from the transport itself. If I'm not wrong, it's about 6B. All right. So for this year, it's sustainable. It's already a surplus. I can see moving forward, it will continue to be unless something very drastic happen. Yeah. At the same time, of course, also it depends on how well we invest our money overseas. Right. We have a very strong state reserve, if I can put it that way, sovereign wealth fund itself. So that is important. By our own economy, we are a small economy. All right. To sustain that, government is going to play a very big part in our infrastructure development itself. That will eat into it, but still there again, once it is commissioned and moving, you will be paying your transport fees here and there over long term to sustain that. So this is one angle of the sustainability. There are other means also, yeah? Thanks.
Thank you very much for your question. We have time for one last question. And anybody here? Yes, sir. What's your name?
Hi, Royston, and I would like to actually ask that, is it possible for us to export our hawker culture to overseas?
Okay. Who would you like to answer this question?
Everybody looking at me.
Okay.
I think, so from what I understand the business category, right, it is not impossible, but there's some supply chain constraints, right? Because when you try to export the culture abroad, then, you got to bring the ingredients and everything. Actually, that's the difficult part. It's not the part on trying to systemize the brand. We have a lot of people doing those things, right? But as for whether the market accepts overseas, then that's a different question altogether. You see foreign cuisine coming in here. When you try it, you love it. Like Korean food, you like it, right? When you go there, it tastes nothing like what you know, right? So I think that is the whole business side of things. But if you ask me, supply chain probably is it's a more important problem to solve. But that one very boring. That's a long discussion. So we can do it another time.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for your questions. I do believe, yes.
I also got one
Albert
question
has
to
a
ask.
I didn't expect questions from the floor will come from this floor.
I
So
want to
Albert.
Yes,
ask
sir.
my local advisor, member of parliament, ma'am, is it possible for you to go to parliament and ask, is it possible to give grandparenting grant?
Oh.
Because, really, it's a real situation. my daughter family of 3 girls, young girls, all of them fell sick. Who else can help? SOS, the grandparents, the in-laws take turn, we take turn, almost over a week itself. If I'm working, I need some grant, also. And so it's a real thing because we are building bigger family. The bigger family will need the resource, the experience, help of the grandparents. It's so important. You all agree one, right? Cannot say you don't agree. All right? And besides the helper, even you can even teach a helper what kind of food to cook when the family is down, porridge or fish soup and things like that, right? So it is part and parcel of life. So ma'am, you help me lah. I will still be advocating
Just now you
somewhere
said you got
else.
a new
Thank you.
grandchild, right?
Yeah, I
Third
declare
grandchild,
first.
right? So your daughter will be getting another 5,000 here, then another 1,000 per child, and then the SG60 they also get another 500 per child under 12, another 500 in the EduSave. Ask her share with you a bit lah. It's for the
Totally
family.
agree. That's why you say
Not
money
with
is
the-
mine. So you can go and ask from government, grandparents. Hey, thank you.
Don't ask, don't get. So at least he tried.
He tried, he definitely tried. He got the support of the audience from the floor as well. They were all clapping along with you.
Thank you, everybody. We certainly hope you enjoyed today's session. You enjoyed today's session? Thank you for all your questions. And we, of course, certainly hope you'll take away something from today's session. Yeah?
Do we want to close off by maybe asking them, any of y'all have any last thoughts about budget or any message that you want to share with our audience here today?
In closing.
Test. I think in closing, for a lot of the working professionals, right, the struggle is real, right? You want to stay relevant, you want to, and it's not a Singapore problem. It's like the whole world with all the structural changes and AI and all these other, big waves that are coming. That I think more people should really, think of like what's the future, right? And take some action and don't just sit and wait, right? So I think that's for a lot of working professionals, that's the main thing, lah. Yeah.
I'll give you a light one. In closing, I just want to encourage you all, go and spend your 600 and 800, please. Because 2 years ago, as one of the chair of the charity agency, we were invited by PA, and they were sitting us down to tell us that those unused voucher will be collating and distributing to you all. That means there are vouchers unused. Hey, government giving you money, please use it. Please. Thank you.
The last one I also didn't use.
Okay.
Forgot.
I guess in closing, just to say that, people also call this SG60 budget, right? So you have a lot of special vouchers in celebration of our nation's 60th birthday. We didn't get here easily. We didn't get here by not doing anything. So I think in the spirit of Forward SG, taking care of each other, having personal responsibility, meaning you must take the steps yourself. Government can prepare all the courses, all the arts programs they want, but in the end, it's you. It's you whether you want to tell yourself you can still learn. It's you whether you want to tell yourself whether you can, turn a healthy lifestyle. And so do it for yourself. Okay, and then the other point is collective responsibility. We only get here because we have always been a united people, and so I hope that with this budget and all the things that we do in the community, this sense of unity and is something that we all really treasure and protect, and I think it will serve us very well as we enter a phase of a lot of uncertainty in this world. But if we stay united and fight for what's right, I think we'll be in good place.
I'd say Majulah Singapura to that. Thank you very much to our panelists today. Once again, Ms. Mariam Jafar, Mr. Albert Lim, as well as Mr. Reggie Koh. Could I invite you guys to remain on stage? We'd like to take a group photo. And also a reminder to all of you here today to perhaps maybe go at the back to the standees later. There are QR codes. No? You want feedback for the show today? All right, QR codes there, scan it and give us your feedback on today's talk show, okay? The listing point, by the way, is closed, all right? And once again, on behalf of REACH, the Government Feedback Unit, thank you so very much. And whatever feedback reach out to reach. Okay? All right. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.